Hi guys, just doing a little bit of a quick video here on our new Kick-Ass 300 watt solar panels. I thought we might show them because so far from the little bit we've used them, they're really good. We've been looking for a solution to our camper and its battery needs, and I think we might have finally found it actually. It's working really well, and they've been a real joy to set up. It's one of those things you just plug in, works, and it does exactly what it's meant to do. So I'll just take you over and we'll show you it, and you can see what it's like. Well, this is it. It's as you can see, it's a big panel. It's basically 4 individual panels, and I suppose they'd be roughly around about the 75 watt per panel, what would give you the 300 watts. Quite light. But as you can see, quite awkward if you're just by yourself, so you really need to fold it up to move it. Well, it's not too hard. You can pick it up and basically it's hinged, so you just fold in like so. I'll bring you around the back in a minute. We'll show you the little stands that it has at the back here, but maybe if you come around. And so as we can see in the back here of it, this is where all the works are. We've got a good little stand that just comes out to rest against. It's even padded here on all of them for the bases to rest against. We're plugged in directly from the solar panel, so as you can see it's got 2 options. We're plugged in directly because we've got a controller in our camper trailer, but if you don't, it has a built-in controller here, a regulator, and it looks to be a really well made little one, to be honest. You'd plug your lead into here and the black one would go in over to here, so it's all color coordinated, and it's a really good little controller, I think, what they give you for the money. But they're a nicely constructed panel. They've basically got like an alloy trimming around them, and they sit very nicely. And as I say, the weight of them isn't too bad. I'm just trying to remember what they were now, but I think they're around about 20 kilos for the weight. But they are solid, but they're not as heavy as some. But 300 watts is fantastic. Now we've got this set up to a Redarc BMS controller, so I've got the controller actually on my phone, so I might just bring that up and we'll let it connect, and I'll show you what it's producing at the moment. So at the moment we've got 11.9 amp it's doing, as we can see on our controller here. 8.9 or 8.8 is being used by the camper at the moment because the fridge is actually running, and 3 amp is going in. We're at 94% capacity on 2 batteries, and it's saying we've got 3 hours to go until it's charged. This isn't part of the solar panel, this is part of the Redarc BMS 30 controller. What's a really good one, but I believe you can get some controllers like this, and I know Kick-Ass do sell one that you can get that plugs in line that you can use to see what the solar is producing and doing. But I've seen it up to 13.5 at the moment amperage that it's producing. What's really good, we have had an issue with previous solar panels, mainly down to just wattage size. We had a cheap one that was about I think it was rated at about 250 watts, but it never produced this sort of, it was usually about 8 at the most. And although it was all right, it just wasn't quite enough to power what we were doing over here. And we had a little, a really decent quality 120 watt one, what's a solar blanket, and it works quite well, but it just wasn't big enough. And the 300 watts has worked fantastic. What we really like about it is the way it folds up. We probably will just do a little video on that in a second, and we'll just show you. And then also our lead as well that comes with it, and this is a 5 meter lead. It's a really well quality, like a really well made quality lead. If you look at it, it's nicely controlled. It's slightly flat as well, so it doesn't get tangled up too much. It's got a nice weight to it. They even come with a Velcro a strap to strap it, what's actually built on, so you don't lose it, around it like so you can wind it up. And we've bought an additional 10 meter one, so we'll have 15 meters in total for length, what'll be fantastic. We can basically put it wherever we need. It's really good, really happy with it. I think all up with the cable, we got it with a bit of a deal, and I think we saved about $30–50 on it. I can't remember exactly, but it was about $800. It's not the cheapest solar panel around, but it's definitely worth it. I do believe it's like everything, you get what you pay for. And I think the kick-ass system is really good. We were looking at the Redarc one because it would have matched in really nicely with our Redarc system, we felt. But I think they were around about a 200, 250 watt one. This one, for the same money, we were getting that extra 50, 100 watts of power. And I think that's been a really good thing because we've got a stereo in this and everything that we run that came with it. And if we have everything on, running, our fans inside, charging our phone, the stereo running, our electric water pump, everything, generally this is producing around about 10 amps if we keep it in the sun through the day. This is only drawing approximately with the fridge about 9 amps. So even in the worst case scenario with this camper, we're generally charging at least with 1 or 2 amps going back into the battery. So if we keep things off, it'll get us a good quick charge. I reckon we could probably get the, it's got 2 100 watt AGM batteries in here. We are probably going to go to lithium at one stage, but at the moment while they're working, I reckon we can charge them up fairly quick with this panel. So it's a nice, good panel if you need a bit of power production. There is a smaller one. I think there's a 200 watt version as well, what I think is only about 2 panels. I think they're a larger panel, and that's probably great if you've only got like one battery you're trying to charge. Obviously we've got a bit of a setup, so we're wanting a bigger panel. So this is the bag that it comes with. Basically it's got a big zipper here on the top that opens right up. I'll just fully open it so you can have a look inside. The panels obviously fold up to that size, and then this fully opens. It's actually got a nice big pocket inside here too, so you can put an extra set of leads or cables in there if you wish. So that's really good. And then on the front, it's got a Velcro front, and we've just got the extra. That's inside there. So it's just got 2 Velcro little tabs there across it, and there's just some alligator clips that come with it. To like an Anderson plug and just some paperwork and a few little things in there. It comes with just some little extra spares too, some extra corners. What I think is really good too, because like if you damage a corner, they're just giving you like a little extra corner there that you can put on. So because these are only plastic, so if one of these break, you can basically pop them on. I don't know if they actually sell spares. I'm guessing they might, but the fact that they give you 2 of those and a few things, I think is really worth it as well. So and as I say, we forgot to bring our actually longer cable this weekend, but we'll keep that cable in this bag now. I didn't actually realise it had a pocket inside until I pulled it all out this time. I thought I only had the one on the front. Well, it's definitely big enough for the extra cable, but having that extra pocket inside is really good. So the fact that you get a nice little bag to put it in is really good. The handles are actually built onto the top of the solar panels, as you probably saw. There's one handle on this particular side here, and the bag actually has a little cutout on the top, so that just sticks through, and you're actually lifting the solar panels from the solar panels themselves. So whilst they're in the bag just literally protects the panels. So it's a really decent bag for what it's got to do, and I think the fact that you get something like that to keep them in too is nice. So yeah, I think Kick-Ass has tried to think of everything. The only thing I would suggest that I think might be a bit of a weakness, what you've got to be a little careful, is even though they're a well constructed panel, and when you've got them apart, there's a little bit of cable obviously links them all here. So when you fold the panels, on the other side here, if we get it around, you'll see that there's some cables just in here with the hinges. That is something I think, you know, I haven't had any issues with it, but it's something you might want to be very mindful when folding and unfolding and lifting it up. You'd want to make sure that you've got good support on it, because you don't want those cables to sort of break, because if they break, obviously it's going to break the connection between the panels. But in saying that, it looks like you could repair them if you had to as well. Really good. I reckon I'd give it a 9 out of 10. Very happy. Thanks.